Hello everyone, Wenzeltron here. We're back on Heroes of the Storm, and I'm joined by my brother. He's going to be playing Hanzo. They did change Hanzo a little bit, but the focus of this video is going to be Malfurion. And Malfurion, yet again, has received more reworks and stuff and things. And basically what they've done for Malfurion is that they've turned him into a heal over time healer, or rather doubled down into it. Making it so your regrowth will only heal over time with no initial burst healing, but over 20 seconds. It's a 5-second increase from before. And then they added a really cool interaction with your moonfire so that every ally affected by your regrowth will heal for 140 HP for every time you hit an enemy hero. Super cool. And then they also changed his tranquility so that you will heal allies near you. And I think they reduced the mana cost and reduced the cooldown as well. And then every allied affected with the regrowth will be receive 10 armor. So if you can have a maximum of 50 armor, which is really strong. This is just trying to pull away the vast majority of players who were picking Twilight Dream from Malfurion. So now just giving Malfurion that healing druid type dealy. And we're gonna get into the talents when we get into the game, but that's the quick overview of what they've done for Malfurion so far. So with that, everyone, let's jump into it. Alright everyone, we've landed on Volskaya Foundry. We've got some crazy bluish color match going on here between myself and Hanzo, and I totally still have the GG pumpkin thing. Whoops, mistakes were made. But anyways, so level 1 talents for Malfurion have changed a little bit. The Shadow's Clarity is the same. The next two are both new. They did remove Scouting Drone finally, which is one of the very few remaining generic talents available. And our team is making a plan of not dying, naturally. And then as for my choice of level 1 talent, looking at their team, because they do have quite a bit of stain, we don't really have any mana-hungry people on our team. We're going to go Nature Swiftness. So this is another regrowth type talent, so that whenever you have a regrowth on Ella, you gain 5% movement speed. So you can have a total of 25 movement speed. But that is never going to happen, considering the internal cooldown of the regrowth. It's a 5-second cooldown with a 25-second or 20-second duration. So it's just a thing that's not really going to be feasible. Best case scenario, you will have roughly 2 to 3, maybe 4 if you get a specific talent that we'll get to later on. So Blaze is top currently. And it looks like we do have Rainer going up there to deal with him. Just gonna continue to poke here with Hanzo Buddy. And then the other thing that changed with functionality of his basic abilities as well is the rooting or the entangling roots will no longer be affected or affect mercenaries or minions or anything like that. So now you can't really slow down lanes passively and stuff like that. It only affects just what you're hitting hero-wise, which is just a trade-off. And then if you can see over here by my face, we got the counter of how many regrowths we have active currently, which is really cool. Didn't realize that was there in the beginning. Gonna give Hanzo some mana with Innervate, which is the trait. Classic druid moves. Aw, Rainer knocked her out of this root. I had it perfect. But that's still a good follow-up. And now we have Alex Straza coming forward. Just trying to keep uptime on as many people with my regrowth as possible. Alright, so level 4 is here. And she's just going to hit Zipping Up now, so we have everything maxed out. So Strangling Vines, this was already in the game, which reduces healing by 30% from all sources when you hit them with the root, which is really good. Next one is Deep Roots, which increases the area and it lasts longer for your entangler roots. And then the last one is the Broccoli talent that we are all so familiar with now. We're actually just going to go for reduced healing because they're going to want to clump up anyways because of the way Alex tries the heals work, rather, not healings. Alright, first Triglav point has been activated. And as you can see, by just microing properly, Malfurion kind of has decent sustain with mana, if as long as you're not spamming your moonfires or your roots. But your roots being your biggest mana hungry ability. Murden is very, very deep right now. There's no way I can keep him alive from that. That was their entire team collapsing as their blaze had engaged onto us. Sonya should die here. I did root Vala in the backline. Gonna pop regrowth on myself, which I keep forgetting I should do.
As nature wills.
Pinging the point so that our team tries the group. That's what we're missing right now. And we zoned him out of the heal. Alexstrasza looks like she expected us to group forward, but we did not. Alright, just trying to top everybody off. The enemy team has backed up. They're probably getting a camp. At least that's what I would be doing if I was them. I've never seen a Rainer go so
Choose a talent.
Alright, level 7 is here, but I will not take it just yet because I'm trying to survive this engage currently. Murder needs to back out. Murden just stood there. So, let's see. We're gonna do wild growth, so we can extend the duration of our regrowths by 1 second. Each hero hit by a moonfire extends the duration of active heroes by 1 second. So this is why I said you can have more up as you're trying to micro your moonfires in between regrowths.
The field test has started. Attack the enemy protector and see how much damage its armor can do.
No, Murden, back up. Okay, just managing cooldowns right now. I do have roots in a couple seconds.
Double kill.
That should capture Alexstrasza. Super easy, and there we go. And right now, I have uptime of heals on 3 allies,
Killing spree.
which is pretty good. So, to me, Malfurion right now is feeling more like a hero that is going to thrive with 1, higher health heroes on your team. 2, you're going to need more grouping to get maximum value of all of his talents, basically, because a lot of his talents don't really provide. Emergence just left me.
The land and I are one.
I should be able to sustain or continue sustaining. Level 10 is here. We're still gonna go Trank. I think it's really strong right now, and because we never really go it in the first place, so that's gonna just work out in our favor. Just to show something new. Show all the changes at least. Looks like Zarya got killed by a gank in the bottom lane. They now have heroics too.
Nature wills.
We got the first camp. We should rotate to these guys on the bottom. Murder did not rotate. He's attacking Alexstrasza currently. For no value. Alright. Either way, we're doing fine. Rotating up. I honestly didn't think that, he said Zag. I'm almost thinking right now with this tank setup, the Innervate cooldown would have been actually better at 1 level. Just because of the setup of this team. I don't know why he tried to jump onto Blaze. He's so tanky. He actually has more base health than Muradin, which is kind of crazy.
For calendar.
I'm trying to make sure, or keep regrowth on the Muradin because he's been going extra ham. And I don't want him to die by him staying in.
Power routed to the
And then keeping
control it and
a...
pilot the protection.
There's a good one. Ring of Frost only hits one. We're gonna pop our Trank now. Dragon Strike is out. I was stunned, but Trank cannot be stunned out, which is really good. There's another kill. We're doing all right. Here we go. Really good team fight for us. We got 2 kills, dodged most of the Ring of Frost, and we're not doing too shabby. So it seems like the regrowth build is what I'm going for in this particular video, which I really enjoy. Take a regen globe or a regrowth Nick.
Just doing my thing.
I know. Nick's been playing the spread arrow Hanzo since his quality of life change, I would call it, for his... Okay, so we got an ult coming out from... And I'm gonna go for hindering moonfire here. I do not have a heal just about, or my ultimate just about now. And I'm gonna do that, and then try to micro well enough to keep Zarya alive.
Triple kill.
Good Hanzo ult, or split arrow looked like there actually.
Preparations complete. Pilot the
Do not really want to get into this.
I don't want to get in either. I don't know how to do it.
I mean, as the support, I really shouldn't get in it. It should be one of the tanks. I mean, technically, you don't actually need to get into it. Right now, I'm just going to focus on regenning mana. And actually, on this map, Malfurion doesn't do as well when you get the Sugar Glove Predictor because I can't put rejuves on you guys. So that loses 2 of the supports that you can reliably increase your effective healing output, which is an interesting idea. Good damage output on the Blaze there. He was going to survive either way, though. Just start backing out.
I'm not piloting him.
I know, I forgot after I said that. Come down. Looks like Blaze is gonna get away. Muradin has no mana, and he's running after him. Oh boy. Super scared. Leap comes out from Sonya. Gonna use Trank. Just gonna keep hooting my way around. That's a good Dragon Strike to zone out anyone who is remaining. And Alexstrasza is here, and she's not gonna make it. So overall, he somehow came out of that alive. And right there, you're seeing the split arrow build in action. It is probably one of the, I take that, fastest camp clearing.
You know what? I'll take. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I'll take this back siege.
Cool. It's one of the fastest camp clearing builds in the entire game right now. I really enjoy it, honestly. And also it's almost, I think like, do you think it's better or as good as the Vala Q build for Immortals?
It's more dangerous.
I feel like it might be.
It's probably as good, if not better, but it's smarter to play on.
There we go. So I'm having pretty good uptime on rejuves. I got my level 16 talent, which gives me 15% more healing from rejuve. Or, oh, I'm calling it rejuve because that's actually what it is in WoW. Regrowth per ally it has on it. So you can have a 15 times 5. Math is hard, 45%. I don't know. I'm not doing math right now. It's too hard to math. Just gonna pop my ult to keep everybody alive. Zarya almost didn't make it out alive. We lost the bottom fort because Sony decided to split push, but we're still
Okay, then we
doing
got
good.
2 camps. And
Yeah,
us.
we still have both of their camps here. And no.
I was stunned by myself.
Oh, from channeling your ult.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we got the keep. We can give this up. We're 2 levels ahead. And so far, I actually haven't died, which is kind of crazy. And looking at the healing numbers, I've done 57,000 healing right now. Continues to tick upwards because I do have constant uptime of my rejuves as much as possible, basically using it on cooldown. Did use mana or rejuve, innervate, sorry, and Raynor there for no value, but that's okay.
Who just became really good.
I know, that's why I was just making sure I was in range to heal them if I needed to.
Keep up the momentum. As nature wills.
Terminal activated.
So Murden's ult is down right now, so this is going to be an unfavorable fight for our team, at least on that end. I do have my ult still. Murden's a little far forward right now. You need to back up, buddy. Bringer Frost hits Zarya only, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep her alive. Actually, it is! There we go. We actually turned that fight.
Nice work, kid.
No one was even on the poke that whole
I know. Well, they wanted the fight really bad.
Of the
Raynor's doing a decent amount of damage. I would say right now, Raynor is probably the hero that needs a rework as much as possible, but has not received anything in a ridiculous amount of time. Nick, do you need mana? Get
No.
get the turret.
Oh, right.
So it shall be.
So Raynor yet again knocked someone out of my route. Feels bad. It's quite annoying, but we did burn Dragon. So I'm okay with that. It's a good trade.
So it shall be.
Bella has arrived, so has Blaze, but he has wasted his ult already for no value. I'm gonna pop my heal now so Raynor doesn't die. Looks like Zarya did get taken out by Sonya.
Give me a full delivery.
Choose a talent. Give up on
Alright, level 20's here. We're actually gonna go for Life Bloom. Tranquility upgrade is really good, Serenity.
You need a gun
But
to
for this one, since we have two high health heroes, we're gonna go for it. But the Serenity one, just to talk about it, is for every moonfire, you reduce the cooldown of Tranquility by 3 seconds, and then for every regrowth, you increase the amount of healing from Tranquility by 10%, which is a really, really powerful late game upgrade for your sustained healing into the late game. Do not want to get into this though. Other than that, the other one is Life Bloom.
that will do nice.
Nick, you should get in. Just so he has. Because I really don't want to get in it. Okay, Blaze got rooted. Murden should come here, and he's not. Gonna pop a root now, so preemptively as they try to re-engage. Good jump. They also increased the range of the jump for Hanzo, so he can now jump over more heroes, which is really good. I think it was a range increase of 2. Murden needs to back out. Raynor! Got lucky, I was able to heal him. Oh, sorry, I didn't read this correctly. So the regrowth instantly heals for 10% of the missing health, sorry. So the lower they are, the more you heal for. Kind of, it's like
everything.
there is a. I need to heal. Everybody, as much as possible. I'm really scared. But is he gonna kill us? Good ult. Jaina is in a bad position. They're all in a bad position right here. There we go. Blaze dies. Dragon is out. Burden does not want to stay with the team at all. He re-engaged on the opposite side, so we could not even help him. And if we can continue to push this wave down, top already has catapult pressure. So we can win by a war of attrition now. I think I missed my Q under the wrong person. So I'm just going to pre-pop myself.
Go with the team. I'm right like that.
Okay. We should get this. Trying to just make sure I'm using all of my like quote-unquote free abilities as much as possible. Don't really want to spam or anything. So Moonfire's 10 mana. Your Roots is 75 mana. That's as much as your ultimate basically. So you don't really want to be spamming your Roots on cooldown. That's for sure. But that should be a given. Someone is here. So they did jump. Popping all good heal from the team. Shields and all that stuff and things. Made it work. There is a Jaina, but I will not be able to root her. But either way, we still get the kill from long range arrows. And we're making it work. Murden has refused to group with us since he has died before.
Access terminal online. Secure it to activate the protector.
Keep destroyed. That should teach them a lesson.
And there we go. Second keep of the game. With lane pressure and all of them for us.
The land and I.
And there we go. Just how fast Hanzo can take camps. It's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. Should probably use these when we push in with the next objective. We're 2 levels up on the enemy team. 31 kills to 9. Raynor is doing a ridiculous amount of damage. And I'm also doing a ridiculous amount of healing at 104,000 with Alex Struz at 83.
He has 71 marksman stacks.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job stacking.
Oh, because the kills. That's why. 31 kills. That makes sense.
A new Doran.
Impress me.
All right. So we got the Triglav Protector, and now we basically have the death push going on here. I'm gonna get behind the Triglav Protector, so it can be the tank.
As nature wills.
All right, Nick, do not forget about your oops. Root on a blaze there. So it did hit 2 of us. Dragon Arrow is out. So she did get the center root, which is interesting. Don't see that too often. Alexstrasza is in her dragon form. I'm going to pop my turret now. I got interrupted. Tell her to use the token. Use the token.
Yeah, I know she's sitting there like
The
healing.
protector has been destroyed.
I'm like basically
Our
dead.
technician
I know.
analyzed its combat data.
She forgot she had it, I think. Root onto Jaina. Nope, just barely missing it. And that's game either way. Sorry, I almost forgot, but I still was able to save her somehow. It's kind of amazing.
Victory!
But yeah, that's the new Malfurion, everybody. That was a really good game on all of our team's parts. I mean, Hanzo and Raynor here did a insane amount of damage with my follow-up healing. It just, and no deaths on top of that. Malfurion is still weak to the things he's always been weak to. Dive, high burst pressure, because he's now healing everything over time, but he does have insane sustained healing, especially with going Tranquility. And finally, we'll just look at the stats. This is kind of like the regrowth build, I would call it. Nature's Swiftness at level 1. Strangling Vines at level 4. This just gives you more anti-healer synergies. Level 7 is Wild Growth, which increases the duration when you hit of regrowth when you hit with Moonfire. Tranquility for sustained healing. Level 13, I went Hindering Moonfire. You can choose other talents in the tier. That's just the one I thought was the best for this situation. And 16 is Moonlit Harmony, so that you increase the overall healing by 15%, per LA affected by regrowth. And finally, Life Bloom, which is an instant 10% of the missing HP of your ally. That's just because our Muradin was getting extremely low. Same thing with Zarya. Just a good burst, the only amount of burst healing you can get within his kit now. So everyone, that's going to do it for today's video. This was the Malfurion rework, and I really enjoy it. I actually think he has finally reached the pinnacle of being way more interactive than he has been, because before he was just kind of like a Moonfire spam bot, and then you just kind of popped your regrowths whenever you had it, and then you look for that amazing silence from your Twilight Dream. But now that's not the case. Now it's like, all right, let's keep my HotS up. Let's see how many I have. Let's try to get that burst healing with the Moonfire. A lot of interplay and ways of getting a higher skill cap with Malfurion that he didn't have before. So with that, everyone, I drop it to you. And what do you guys think of the Malfurion rework? So see you in the next one.